Each time, while the Indian economy was impacted, we managed to weather the storm and come out stronger out of that storm. So I see that India, as a country which has a degree of self-esteem, if nothing else, I don't see India lining up with the ranks of those, as President Trump sort of very vulgarly announced, as countries lining up to kiss his ass. Certainly, a 50% tariff puts Indian exporters and Indian garment manufacturers at a clear disadvantage vis-a-vis countries like Vietnam or Bangladesh, on which their tariff level is much lower. And these are very low margin businesses. So when you have a 30% difference between the tariffs on one country and another, you will quickly see the importers drifting to other sources. I think what has been damaged is trust. And that trust will certainly take longer to repair and restore than other aspects of the bilateral relationship. I think some of the statements that we've witnessed coming out of Washington over the last few weeks have again given rise to that sentiment that the United States is an unreliable partner. And that sentiment, I think, is very pervasive at this point of time in India. With Russia, which in India, I think somewhat in contrast to the United States today, is once again being seen as the steady and reliable partner, as opposed to the volatile and mercurial one that we have in Washington. With China, as you know, things had gone downhill following the Chinese aggression in Galwan. But over the last 6 months, we've seen steady efforts by both sides to restore that relationship, to bring it back to the pre-Galwan level. You can see that that's work in progress. And I think that the Prime Minister's visit to China in a couple of days' time for the SCO summit and his bilaterals with President Xi Jinping will be something that many of us will be watching with a lot of interest. There's also the Quad meeting that India is supposed to host at the end of the year. And again, I think it's going to be important to see whether President Trump comes for that Quad summit, whether the US commitment to Quad, which has been a bipartisan commitment, still stands. So I guess we have several windows of opportunity in the coming weeks for a high-level dialogue to see if the whole discussions on the trade deal can be reset